you going on the Club His Hop page?
I'm trying to. But you said you got notified on YouTube, right?
I did get notified on YouTube.
Facebook is tripping, so it might just be on YouTube.
Are you serious? Can you just go live on your page faster?
You're tuned in to Above All Our Show, giving the scoop and the latest on how the story goes. Broadcasting from Vegas in case you didn't know. Worldwide Great Commission, that's the gospel. Discussing topics the standard is righteous living. Bumping them bangers and interviewing different Christians. Who's hot, who's not, does it really matter? It's his hop, non-stop, focus on the ladder. Stay tuned to the dial and turn that volume up. This Faith Radio, Jesus is who we lifting up. So in your ears, we gon' be here for a minute. It's my bro D-Road, he bout to come with it.
Hey, what's up? What's cracking, y'all? This is your boy D-Roll coming at you from the headquarters, Club His Hop. Las Vegas is where we are located. We are a ministry, and what we do is we promote a positive atmosphere with live shows, live events, and we just opened up a location in Evansville, Indiana. Club His Hop, Evansville. They got an event going down March the 16th. So if you're in the spot, go ahead and check them out. We're also going to be in Florida with Concert for the Cure. That's going to come up pretty soon. I believe that's February 16th. And so 16 must be our number, y'all. So check us out in Florida. Check us out there in Evansville. Club His Hop, Las Vegas is the headquarters. I want to remind you to go ahead and download that app, His Hop Radio, in your app store. We have a lot of things in store for you in that app. We just opened up a segment called the Digital Mall. In this Digital Mall, we are creating a directory. We are giving artists, churches, organizations, we're going to give them a full page on this app. So if you want to know more about that, get in contact with us and we will definitely let you know about it. And so right now, I'm very excited because we have some people that I've been trying to get on the show for a while now. I had a chance to see them live last night at the Boulevard Mall. And so we're going to give them a Las Vegas welcome. They go by the official artist name is Serious Voices, right? The label name. Am I correct?
Serious People Music. Serious
People Voices. And so we have Serious in the house, and we also have her husband, her wingman, that is down with, was it the Positive Voice to New York? Yes, our radio.
Yes,
correct.
That's right.
That's
all right.
Yeah, that's our station.
And you go by the name of, you
Mr.
said it's
C.
not.
It's Mr. C.
It's not DJ Mr. C, right? It's
Nah.
Mr. C. Okay, all right. So welcome to His Hop Radio, and we also have Miss Goldie in the house. She's holding us down as well. Miss Goldie, say what's up to the people.
Yo, 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 what's up?
Yeah, I can hear her struggling with her voice. You know, she's trying to beat this little bug that came on her the other day, but she's fighting well. So how y'all doing today?
We're good. Bless.
All right. Well, welcome to Vegas, man. Tell us about your
you.
Vegas experience so far.
Oh man, I can say that I've been to Vegas a few times. I think it's been like now 13 plus years probably since I've been back. The thing I appreciate about Las Vegas is you can go to the Strip and the downtown area, or there's many pockets of small towns and smaller residential areas that you go to. Like we went to Boulder City, and man, it's a nice, pleasant surprise. You know, it's a small town, but it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And this morning we went to Red Rock Canyon, and man, it is breathtaking.
That's a long stretch from Boulder City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I work out in that direction in Boulder City. They created an ordinance years ago to where they do not want to grow as a city. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago, Las Vegas was booming as far as growth, the real estate. They were building houses. Henderson grew large, but Boulder City stayed the same. So, and I don't think there's a casino out in Boulder City.
I didn't see one.
Yeah. So that's amazing.
They just wanted like a general population, just
Yeah.
They wanted regular, seemingly. I didn't see not one slot machine.
Yep. Yeah.
In Boulder City. Not
yeah.
one.
No gambling, no growing.
Nope.
And that's a unique city. I hear y'all.
Crazy thing is, the first night we were here, I guess the following morning I woke up at 3, and went down into the ground floor of our hotel, and of course you have slots because everywhere, as soon as you get off the plane, there's a slot right there.
Yeah.
There's a slot machine.
Yep.
Which, this is my first time coming out here, so for me it was like, what is going on?
And, yeah, that's what's special to me personally. This is Sirius's first time out on the west coast.
On the West Coast, okay.
But
I'm very excited.
I mean, they don't play. They'll get you right at the airport.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as you step off the plane,
Exactly.
like drop in some quarters, y'all. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. But I think so far the Red Rock Canyon has been amazing. I mean, if you just sit back and you're a non-believing person and you look at the Red Rock Canyon and all of its splendor, you have to think, wow, there has to be a higher being that has created this beautiful specimen of a situation. Like, man cannot possibly create that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I mean, we're there to preserve it and keep it, and I see people out there, but come on.
Yes.
Seriously, you have to say, wow, there has to be a God. It's just so beautiful.
Yes, I agree with you. And I've had experiences where I've been out to Lake Mead, and I see how big the lake is, or even in California, you just go to the beach, you see how big the ocean is, and you realize how small you are. Right. It's like, man, I'm a little speck on this planet. You know what I mean? Right. So I get you. Okay, so Sirius, what's up?
I'm good. Listen, we're out here trying to kill several birds with one stone. We've got this documentary that's doing really well. It's called Rap Queen, the Serious Voice Story. And the great folks at the Damn Short Film Festival have been kind enough to screen it. And from what I hear, it's the only hip-hop documentary and only ministry center documentary. So I'm excited about that to be like, this kind of anomaly in this big scheme of things, because it's a mainstream film festival.
Yes.
And so here I am pushing ministry and hip hop music, and it's awesome.
Okay, now when you say mainstream film festival, like what is the end goal? Are they gonna produce a full movie, or what are they trying to?
Well, they're trying
accomplish?
to link filmmakers, just period, not just Christian filmmakers, but just filmmakers who have great skills in the area of producing film, and they want to link them with industry people to take their film to the next level. It could be getting it on Netflix, getting some sort of deal. So that's what they're trying to do, and so they have a whole week of events going on that started on Thursday. And so just about every hour after 11:30 at the Boulder City Theater, you can watch a film, you can network with other filmmakers. They have meet and greets. They even had like a comedy night last night for all the filmmakers to go sit and laugh.
Wow,
and
comedy, okay.
Yeah, comedy. So nothing wrong with laughing.
No,
you know?
not at all, man. This is dope. As I recall, I know the Hoover Dam, they have like an area for tourists.
Right.
And I remember years ago they were creating a film. No, we're not creating a film, but they were showing a film that was I never say this word right. Documentary. Okay,
Yeah.
It was a documentary on how the dam was built. And you could kind of watch it. So, are these other films? Are they going to be available for tourists to watch these other films that are a part of this too?
See, this is the thing with
it takes me a minute to comprehend. So,
as a filmmaker, you want to secure the integrity of your film by not releasing it to the general public just like that.
Okay.
Or like by putting it on YouTube. You know, shout out to the folks that do that. They put their music videos on YouTube, or they have web series and whatnot. But you lose the integrity of your project.
Yeah.
So it's better to work through the film festival circuit and have specific people that are keen towards certain things, watching your film, analyzing it, giving you feedback. That's how you grow an organic fan base for your product, and it maintains that integrity. So when you've built that fan base and you have a meeting with Netflix or HBO, whichever entity, or even a major investor, they are going to say, well, did you put it on YouTube? Because if it's on YouTube, that means I can't do anything with it.
Because it's already out there.
Yeah, because it's already out to the general public.
Okay.
And the moment it's been released, it's like me releasing. I released Shofar in November of 2016, and now in 2019, I say I'm re-releasing Shofar. You guys already heard it already. You don't. It's like you're not excited.
Yeah, I got you.
You don't want to pay for it. You're like, why is she re-releasing this? We already got it. We heard it. She tore it off of that thing already. We don't want to hear no more about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to hear about the newer product.
Okay.
So doing the film festival circuit is helpful in that it helps you to just maintain the integrity of your project, and it also keeps that sense of anticipation. And people always want to know, well, what is this rap queen all about?
Yeah.
We haven't seen it yet, but she keeps talking about it, and she's traveling all over. And,
that's how you create the buzz.
And, so you maintain that buzz as well. And for those that want to come out, I'd love to see them on Sunday at 2:30 at the Boulder City Theater. Come and check it out at 2:30. Rap Queen, the series voice story. Listen,
I didn't know.
People are going to be blown away when they see this documentary.
So we get to see it this Sunday.
You need to see it and here in Las Vegas
at 2:30. Okay.
2:30.
Do you have the address or?
It's the Boulder City Theater.
It's actually the Boulder Theater.
The Boulder Theater.
The Boulder Theater. It's called the Boulder Theater. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I don't know much about Boulder City, even though I drive through there all the time. But
Right.
So the Boulder Theater at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2:30.
2:30.
From 2:30 to 3:30, my documentary is going to be screened. I believe I'm second up, so you want to get there at exactly 2:30.
2:30,
and no later, because you'll probably miss it. And I'm excited because the quality is next level. It's something that I can say without a shadow of a doubt that Spike Lee would produce, something that a Denzel would be featured in. It's very high quality. You know, we took the time to have meetings, and one of my main goals from the jump, from the beginning to the end, was we got to have ministry in this project. Otherwise, I don't want to put it out. I don't want my name on it. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
you know?
I love that commitment.
And that's why I'm doing music, because I'm trying to push the gospel through this thing. This is why God has allowed me to be here this long and to do it on this level.
Amen.
And so, like my brother right here, Glenn, also Fresh and Mr. C, they were there. Lenny Moore, a.k.a. More Beats, out of Brooklyn, one of the executive producers. We had a bunch of meetings at my alma mater, Brooklyn College. And we just hashed it out. At first I was a bit apprehensive and kind of fearful that people wouldn't really get me. They wouldn't understand me as a female artist. And so we really go into a little bit of, the ups and downs of being an independent artist. And I think that other females need to be keen on this documentary and really look into the film industry.
Amen.
Because there's room for us in the film industry.
Yeah.
We have to stop saying, oh, I got to get that hot track, or I got to get that collab. You know, people have been there and done that. Like, we need to elevate ourselves and elevate our thinking and get outside of the box.
I was going to get to that. Okay, well, right now, let's break for some music. I have one of my favorite cuts. I remember, I think this was maybe when you guys first released this video. Your husband sent it to me an email, and I was checking it out. Okay. Your anthem. Anthem, right? Okay, yes. Now, how long has this video been out? Because you mentioned earlier when we were behind the scenes saying that
2015.
2015.
We released that video in 2015.
2015.
Yes, and we toured on it like shortly after for an entire year. So, yeah.
Yeah. And you're talking about you have more projects and more songs on it, but a lot of people, you know how it is. People, they love the singles. They love to hear their favorite song, but we're going to talk about that. This is one of my favorites. Here go your anthem right here live on His Hot Radio. We got a full house tonight, y'all. I'm used to saying tonight, but actually it's early in the morning. It's like real early for y'all. All right, so check it out.
Yeah. I'm so tired, but I gotta do this. Sick of getting a short stick. Sick of holding my... Here go your anthem. NYC. Where you at? Here go your anthem. Here go your anthem. Here go your anthem. They said I'd never make it, didn't look like a rapper. Skin too dark, hope start a new chapter. Need to quit, fall back like a nice chick. And then a light bulb went off, new mental pick. I was really born for this. The world don't know it yet, but he called me for this. And I refuse to confuse the public. My skin don't need to be out and about. Truck fit, they wanted Nicki Kim and yes girl. But instead G.O.D. made a serious girl. I spit, live and love hard, consume the book, die hard. Won't take no for an answer, it's an anthem, get your hands up. To all the people that slept on, here go your anthem. To all the underdogs, here go your anthem. 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 I got ignored more times than you know. The door slammed in the face and went back for more. I never let no keep me from knocking. Even when they grabbed my mic and sent me home packing. Yeah, it hurt like hell, but I kept on trucking. Know how it feels to be stripped from working. Know how it feels to be told you ain't worth it. You got mad tracks, but your music too anointed. Still I refuse to fall back on the music. I'ma write it out like back to school kids. They want hip-hop with skin on top. I'ma stay spitting truth about the rock. My sense on life ain't dimming for the block. To my young people, serious loves you a lot. To my young people, serious loves you a lot. Put your hands up, this your anthem. To all the people that slept on, here go your anthem. To all the underdogs, here go your anthem. 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 I gotta say thanks to the partial friends. Partially bored, I was slipping, I left for dead. Thanks to the doubters, had no faith in the movement. And you was waiting for the funeral, but God stepped in. He said he'd never leave or forsake his children. He called me to be serious in this very moment. So I'm never gonna stop, cause the world needs to hear it. Christ minus hip-hop leaves the world incoherent. You gon' be there without the gospel. That's why I'm here speaking the truth. And I'ma keep it all Christ, remember where I came from. This is your anthem. To all the people that slept on, here go your anthem. To all the underdogs, here go your anthem. Here go your anthem. Here go your anthem. Here go your anthem. This is your anthem. Put it up one time, let's go NYC.
All right. We are back, and like I said, I knew you guys are in for a treat. This music video goes hard, it's powerful, and there's so many messages on so many levels in that song Anthem. I love the fact you talk to the underdogs, you talk about the struggle in the industry,
Right.
and you're talking about your own personal struggle in it. So can you share with us the inspiration behind this song?
Wow. It was funny because I had been working on the Shofar album, and a bunch of industry people, locally, they were like, "Oh, you shouldn't release this album, and I don't know why you released this song," and da-da-da-da-da. So it was this encounter that I had with, certain individuals in Christian hip-hop that sort of aggravated me, because they were telling me, "Well, you're a woman and you sound too hard." It was this one personality who kept telling me, and we had a one-on-one sit down or whatever, and he said, for a female, you're too hard, you go too hard, and you need to be a little softer, and you got to stop being so like street, because you got this street thing going on, and you need to minimize that so that people could more relate to you. So I looked at him and I'm like, wow. I said, well, that's what makes me unique. That's what makes me Serious Voice. That differentiates me from every other female. So when you hear my music, that's serious, right?
Yeah.
But he just kept hammering, "Oh, you too hard, you too this, you too that." And then, "Oh, well, you got to start showing some more skin. And you got to,
you mentioned that in the song top too.
And behind my head, I'm saying, wait a minute. You do
This
know
is
that I'm a
gospel.
Christian,
Yeah,
and I do gospel music.
Yeah.
So showing skin, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
So, at that point, I was like, I knew that this person did not have my best interest at heart, number one. And number two, he was not considering the fact that I'm not just a Christian, but I'm a minister of the gospel.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
that changes
Yeah.
the picture considerably. And, I said, you know what? I was kind of disturbed by it. And it's funny because we have like these team meetings and conference calls, and I was talking to L at the time, my executive producer for the album, Lenny Moore, and he said, "Why don't you just?" And he's always nonchalant about everything.
Yeah.
And his nonchalance kind of pushes me, and that's how we have the documentary, and we've had awards from the documentary and whatever. But he said, "Why don't you just write a song about it?" Just like that. Why don't you write a song? And here goes your anthem. And I penned Anthem. And even when we had the song, and my husband went out and he went to different conferences, and it was one particular conference he went to, and they bashed the song, they dragged the song. Oh, the snares are, oh, this and that and that and that and that. And all this stuff. And luckily, I didn't go. But I'm putting it out there that we as Christian individuals, people in the industry, whatever, you need to stop trying to block,
Yes.
whether it be females or males, from doing their God-given, operating in their God-given gifts and expressing themselves. Yes, help them become better. Help them, better their production, better beats, etc. Tighten their writing, but don't discourage them to the point where they no longer want to do what they're supposed to do.
Amen.
Like, you're meant to be a preacher and you don't want to preach anymore because somebody told you that you stammer too much and you don't speak well and all of this stuff. That's discouraging.
That's the enemy.
Yeah, that's the enemy using a Christian to bring down another Christian.
And it can happen that way. You're
yes.
right. You're right.
So I wrote a song. And see, I had the right people around me. And Elle was like, "Why don't you just write a song?" I said, "You know what? I'm going to write a song because this is going to encourage somebody."
You know what? I'm going to have to tell you, my ministry, I've been able to do this club thing for 7 years, but we did live concerts back in the 90s, things like that. And a lot of the pressures and the attacks that I was receiving from being a Christian club owner, I'm talking about from the body of Christ, you know what I mean? A lot of attacks, a lot of infighting, and it just comes with the territory. You're going to have some haters, you know. And at the time you released that song, that really touched me and encouraged me. You know what I mean? That's my anthem too.
Amen.
I might not be a female, but you know what? It's my anthem, you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
But I love that. And I want to hear from Miss Goldie. What do you think about what she said, that as a female she was going too hard?
First of all, that song is powerful.
I want to say I mentioned almost every little thing you said about what they told you. I mentioned that to Pastor Sam before, so I know this is true what you're saying because they said that to me. It was one particular person out in L.A. that told me, yeah, I'll put you on the red carpet. We're going to do this. We can do that. I can make you a lot of money, Goldie. But I need you to tone down a little bit. You're too hard. You're too rough. Why are you so hard? I said, because I lived a hard life. I don't play with this thing. This is my life. This is for real. And then you said about the softness, the image. They want me to be more sexier, my voice to be a little more softer and sexier. He said, what if I wanted you to do a song with one of the female artists that's in the secular realm out there? Would you do it? But I need you to be a little more softer. So I definitely relate to exactly what you're saying. But we don't have to compromise.
No, we don't.
We can always say no.
Right, exactly.
Come on.
And I did.
Good. Good input. That's awesome. And so, yeah, you are definitely an inspiration. You are.
Thank you.
All the way from New York. You know what I mean?
you.
You're inspiring us here in Vegas. So keep that up. You know what I mean? And mention, I don't know, what do you have another favorite song on your project? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and it's funny. It's not a rap song. It's a worship song.
Oh, snap.
And it's called Whoa, W-O-A-H.
Okay.
And it's funny because when we were organizing the track listing and choosing the songs and etc., I said, you know what, we gotta have at least one worship song on there. And we had been working on this for quite a few years before the album. And the individual that was supposed to sing on the project, it just didn't pan out, which is fine. And he's a great guy. But I turned to my husband. I said, you know what? I'm married to an anointed, amazing singer. What is wrong with me? I need to have him sing on this.
I heard him last night.
And he was like, okay. And we went to the studio. And listen, I banged out my part in one shot. And, we went back a couple of other times. And he laid his tracks down. And it was just awesome. And this is how God would move. The one worship track that we have on the project, God allowed Spike Lee to hear the song. And he said, I'm putting this on She's Gotta Have It, episode 9.
Awesome.
Yes. Season 1. So you guys could go to Netflix right now, look up She's Gotta Have It, episode 9, season 1. During the playground scene, you will hear Whoa.
Okay,
you will hear my voice singing. Yes,
that is dope.
So God will use your gifts, man.
Now
really...
you're doing so many things, and I hear of artists, and I've heard different companies offering services like, hey, we can get your music placed on a movie, or we can get your music here, this or that or the other. Was it kind of registered to where every time that song is played during that song, you guys get like some type of credit or recognition? Because I don't know about that part of the...
It's sync placement, and so we sign a contract. You sign a contract with 40 Acres and a Mule, which is Spike Lee's production company, and then you sign a contract with Netflix, and
nice.
and then the publisher gets their portion, and the writers, and a lot of artists don't know that the beat maker is considered as a writer.
Oh,
and so,
I didn't know
yes. So when you, this is why we as artists should learn a little thing or two about beat making.
Yes.
Different aspects of it.
That and the business. Learn the
business.
business.
Learn the business because when Spike had contacted me, his entertainment lawyer contacted me. And then she said, okay, are you registered with a PRO? A lot of people don't know what a PRO is. Are you with BMI, ASCAP, all of those things?
Okay,
what's your international number for the song? Like, you got to have all this stuff in line.
Yes.
And thank God we had done all of our paperwork, because companies like this they don't want to work with 50 different people because you own the majority of the song, and this one owns 1%, that one owns 1%.
Yeah.
Like, they want to deal with a one-stop shop.
Gotcha.
And so when they contacted Serious People Music, it was bam, bam, bam. And we got it done, because I said to myself, I'm getting this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. So when you put your paperwork together, like, we have our label Serious People Music, and our paperwork was in order to the point where we quickly responded via email, and then I got a phone call from Spike Lee.
Awesome.
And everything was set. everything was set.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people out there might see him as this radical, crazy, pro-black guy. But I'll tell you something. Spike is about helping his people. Yes. He's about elevating his people. I don't care what nobody say. I will tell you what I know, what I've experienced personally. He called me directly and we spoke over the phone.
Wow.
Now, I can't disclose everything that we talked about, but the bottom line was he takes care of his people.
He's a very educated.
He takes care of his
I respect
people.
That.
Yeah.
Let me
very
say this.
Educated.
When we got selected, see, what happens is we say we have the answers, but the world, you can learn from the world.
Yeah.
When we walked in, he rented a studio. It was like an open studio, and they had artists there. There was some other gospel artists there that they didn't expect us to be there, and we didn't expect them to be there, and that was a pleasure.
Yeah, they were from Boston.
And Spike's sitting in the room watching everybody, and then the way he works is he's so smooth. He'll call his assistant over and whisper in their ear. What I like about him is he shows class even to people that work for him.
Right.
He doesn't treat them like the gum under his shoe.
Come on.
Right.
Come on. That's
so
important.
now. When he whispers to them, he's like the person that works for him, one of his assistants, like Spike wants everybody
to sit closer.
Closer.
Yeah.
Closer. So I'm like, this is a celebrity with dozens of films, who's internationally acclaimed, wants us to come closer.
Thank you.
And then he's like, I'm gonna sit here, and it was a listening session for all the songs that made the cut.
Yeah.
28. Listen, here's how God is good. Over 6,000 submissions. Only 28 songs were selected.
Wow.
Yeah.
28 out of 6.
And one of them was
Matter of fact, to be exact, it was over 6,500 submissions.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there
That's amazing.
more opportunity for gospel artists to get their music on the mainstream like that?
I'm going to say this. We were talking about this going to Red Rock this morning, matter of fact. Whether it be secular or gospel, the independent artist in today's time has more opportunities than ever before.
Amen.
Probably like in the 80s or back in the day, if somebody was unknown, people were like, who are you? I'm not giving you no opportunity.
You had to have a cosign.
You have to have somebody.
You don't need a cosign.
So now all you I'm not gonna say all you have to do, but the work has to be done. You're working on your bars if you're a rapper, working on your vocals if you're a singer. You got to do that studio time, your rehearsals. Listen to people that understand the business from a talent standpoint and from a business standpoint.
Okay.
And the opportunities are there now more than ever. You don't have to be a celebrity or a BET award-winning artist to get opportunities.
Awesome.
The thing is, a lot of independent / Christian artists don't want to invest in themselves. And if you're gonna be cheap, then you can't open the door for sync licensing to get your stuff played on, say, like ESPN or like a big time movie or a TV show. You have to invest, because the person that's gonna be pitching your music to Spike Lee, to like Denzel, to all these people, they need to get paid.
They gotta get paid. Yeah.
Exactly. They're not gonna do it because they think you're cute or you sound great. They don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
They got you.
So
man.
you have to invest, and there's plenty of room, my brother. There's a lot of room for us independent artists to get those placements. We just have to invest a little bit and reach out to people that have done it, and see if they'll share some of that knowledge. But there are hundreds of people.
From my experience, because I work with artists, Miss Goldie, she's one of our artists. She's been out there for a while, and there's been artists that our ministry, we believe in discipleship. Even though you're talented, like you saying last night, where's your anointing? You know what I mean? Are we gonna see you on stage today, and then tomorrow you're gonna be smoking dope and stuff like that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so our ministry, we want to come alongside and help them with their walk as well as with their talent. But I can identify when you said that most artists are cheap, because they barely want to pay for the Facebook campaign thing. You know what I'm saying?
The $20 campaign.
You know what I'm saying? They barely want to do that. It's like they just want to go to SoundCloud and that's it. They want thousands of people to go to their SoundCloud page. And how far can you get just using those type of outlets, just social, tools, not really hiring somebody to help you get out there?
Oh yeah.
So social media, where's that?
Oh yeah, you have to spend a little bit of money to make money, and you know this is the Bible. God says He's given us the power to gain wealth. We forget about this stuff. We need to go back and read some of Deuteronomy.
Come on.
He's given us the power. He's giving us the giftings. What are you doing about it? Are you saying I'm gonna add to what I have? Okay, I can rap. I can write some dope bars. How do I take this to a whole nother level? I need to talk to some people. I need to spend some money to get to that next level.
Come on.
You know?
There's a lot of issues. I'm going to speak to Christian rap or CHH.
Okay.
Because, you know, especially in the beginning when I started my journey, I'm not going to get into myself, but I started back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And then from there you watch other artists like on like documentaries and stuff like that. And a lot of the CHH artists feel like, well, I'm the minister. I don't have to go to church. Funnel your funds to me and I give you the gospel. Meanwhile, discipleship is very important.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't like to talk about it. But, you know, where we worship, you know, tithes, paying your honoring God and your tithes and your offering is huge.
Yes.
In your walk with God.
Yep.
Because basically it breaks the chains of greediness.
Yep.
It breaks the chains of selfishness.
Yep.
And it empowers you to stand and do things even outside of the four walls that you would never be able to do.
And we're talking about
giving.
We're talking about money, because I heard people say, "Well, I'll tithe with my time," or "I'll tithe this and that." No, we're talking about money.
I'm here to tell you personally.
And there's a blessing on your finances when you begin to give.
Amen.
You know
I'm
what
here
I mean?
to tell you personally that just one aspect, and it's not gonna be long. God spoke to me in one service, and I'm just gonna put it out there like this. He said, "Cause at the time my father had caught fire." In the Holy Spirit, and he's like, I'm gonna take an envelope for $500. I'm just gonna put it out there. And then God spoke to me in the church, like, you're gonna do the same thing. And we were wrestling in the spirit. Like my lips wasn't moving, but it was like this thing on the inner man.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. God, I'm not doing it. And God said, you are gonna do it. It was like 15 minutes of wrestling in the spirit. I'm not doing it. Nope. I'm not giving that money. Nope.
Come on.
And then he said these 4 words: you don't have a choice. And I was like, wow. And then before I didn't even give the money yet. I just went and took the envelope.
Yeah.
And you know what he said to me when I took the envelope? Because he sees your heart and he sees your commitment. And this was about the station. He said, now watch your ministry go worldwide.
See?
Because so basically we transitioned from a show, a podcast, to an internet radio station with that move.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
And to date, we have multiple nominations. And to date, you know, I can say I'm an award-winning radio announcer from that move.
Amen.
Amen.
Come on, you do.
It takes time. It takes time when
Give
you
him
invest.
glory, y'all. Give him glory.
Yes.
You know, the world knows it takes time for you to invest your money, right? So after 20 years, you get an X amount of money. And the spirit, man, it's the same thing. You invest.
You invest.
And in time, God will elevate you. And when He's ready. It's when He's ready. We don't like that. When He's ready, you'll be elevated. It's not when you're ready.
And you know what? If I could add, and just piggyback on what Chris is saying, and add this, that a lot of young people in CHH, you know, the newcomers, you know, they have a dope sound, which is great. You have your own new sound, and you've taken Christian hip hop to a different level. But on the flip side, they need to know, because a lot of people get quickly discouraged when things aren't moving fast enough. Oh, this one got a placement. Why don't I get a placement? You can't just sit and just like it's going to fall out the sky. It doesn't happen that way.
Amen.
But you have to remember, when you delight yourself in the things of God, He will give you the desires of your heart. And that's very, very important, because oftentimes we're doing all this traveling and recording and this, that, but we're not taking the time to truly delight ourselves in God.
Come on.
And that's important. Delight yourself in Him. You know, don't just go to church because you're supposed to go to church. But before you get to church, get excited about being in the house of God. Get excited about the word, the revelation that He's about to bring on a Sunday morning. Get excited about the prayer. Listen, I'm the choir director at our home church. I get super excited. When I'm at rehearsal Saturday night, I'm excited about the songs we're rehearsing. So when I walk through the door Sunday morning, I'm amped. You know, I got, you know, and it shows in the way you present yourself. I got my heels. You know, you got your nice outfit. Man, you're just excited about the things of God.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And God turns around and says, you know what? My daughter loves me. She's doing this for me. Or my son is delighting in me. I want to give him the desires of his or her heart. And the thing is, it might not happen in 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 years, but there's something in waiting, and when the actual thing you've been waiting on comes through, it's such an awesome feeling.
Come on.
It really is. You know, I prayed about my husband, and I was involved in church ministry 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I was praying because I was like this single person in church, going to school, trying to do what's right. You know, I'm not saying I was this, you know, goody two shoe or whatever, but I tried my best to do what was right.
You want to be obedient.
I was heavily involved in ministry, and I was like, okay, God, all these crazy ones keep coming. What's going on? So then I started working on myself. And I'm like, God, please just send the right one. And then he came along. And we're sitting down on our first date, and the first question I asked him,
do you like Christian rap?
I said, do you like Christian rap?
I love it.
So meantime,
that's dope. That's dope.
I had started doing rap in 1998. There was a prophet at our church, like in the in the 90s, and at the time it was the late Kim Clement. I mean, he's known in some parts. He's very well known, but he was speaking. He used to love to prophesy over music. Band keyboard player and drummer and all that. He used to like that music in the background. He said that God has to use gangster rap to proclaim the gospel at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna do. This is about 1997 or so.
Yeah.
And something happened in here. A fire. Something began to stir up.
Amen.
And I'm like, I didn't know what was gonna happen next.
Yeah.
But the next move after that was I teamed up with a Jamaican brother at my church, and so he did the chatting. We had our little 2 songs we wrote, and we had our suits on, and I would go out and I would rap, and he would go out and do the Caribbean thing, and it worked for a little bit, and there was different editions of the group that we had co-founded together, and that's what was happening. Meanwhile, that happened, and then boom, when the time became, and she said, "Do you like Christian rap?" I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!"
That's super dope. That is awesome.
Got to be kidding me.
That's a good segue into your next music video. Now, Sirius, I want you to set this up for us. It's the second one you sent me on IG, so I didn't catch the name.
That's why. That's why.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about the video, and then go ahead and introduce it.
Well, we found an offshore location in Brooklyn there, by the Army or the Navy Yard, I think, and really, it's kind of like a freestyle type of deal where I'm saying, regardless of what happens, I'm just gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep doing this ministry thing, to the best of my ability, and that's why I called it That's Why,
All right. Well, let me unmute myself. All right. Well, here we go. That's why right here, live on His Hot Radio.
Yeah. I'm so tired, but I gotta do this. Sick of getting a short stick, sick of holding my head down, face wearing that frown, not knowing how, but certain groups, certain clowns, yeah, I bet they know how. Matriculated to the school of Brooklyn, Ivy League mainframe, mind on that God man, not on paper trail. Then I changed my viewpoint, got a lock on his way, swerve out of my lane, cause I gotta see where I'm headed, remember where I've been. Try not to revert, don't wanna be like Locke's kin. In class I noticed the joke was on me. I come back that with intercessor, interceded quickly for my frenemies. They would've laughed, yeah, but I be chucking when the light is on. But every now and then I war with the enemy, the person inside of me. She don't wanna go quietly, but I told myself I'ma hustle cause I'm from the BK. But sometimes I wanna pull a Yeezy, stop all the Taylor B's and on the next one, see, I don't got the right name, right frame or lips, so I get on my knees till I get that fixed. Switch my game, I've got boots on tight. Toss the heels for the Timbs, had to fit it in sight. No flaunting body parts, I'm a hoodie girl at heart. This is a race for the astute, not the slacker at heart. I got more words than the crooked letter, cause the word I consume is spiritual. And my Ivy League contempt make me do that, dude.
casserole that keeps you from doom. They want me to blur my visual and visualize defeat, but like Coretta Scott King, I'ma ride for this thing, I'ma die for this thing. Wanna know why so far? Just let freedom ring, let freedom ring, And sometimes there's a boom in my back. I don't care if you think I'm whack, more concerned with the trap, Cause my fam trapped in that thing, and the doors ajar, but they cannot ball the fall. Adam started it all, but Christ finished it all. So I'ma go ahead and pull a trigger. Don't you know my mouth is a bullet, and I'ma go all in it, That's why we got so far. Yeah. Man, y'all need to stop playing with the devil. This ain't no joke. There's a real war going on. Sunday alive, shooting for Sunday alive, shooting for Sunday alive, shooting for Sunday alive. I got my faith on, I got my helmet on, my shoes are strapped, the word I meditated on. I am the church and I am at war, no matter where I go. I got my arsenal, a real soldier and unapologetic. I'm on this thing like it's so magnetic, just using what I know. I'm spitting like a pro, was a war for a few, came back onto the show, so you can't call him yo. Hold up, hold up. Hey yo, Jehovah, Jireh, he's my provider. Jehovah Nisi, I know he really loves me. Jehovah Shalom, cause I need some peace, that's why I ain't giving it, I ain't gonna sleep. I clean my ears out to hear the Savior speak, hear the clap, boom back. Yo, it's time to attack, get your armor on that. Make sure you strap, 5 stones, use that. Y'all need to stop playing. The devil is real, and we in a real war. You better sound that alarm. Y'all need to stop playing, cause the devil is real. We in a real war.
All right, now she was going hard on that one, man. You know, I gotta ask about that baseball bat. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, what up? I'm gonna swing on you now, devil. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we had the baseball bat in our house, but you know, we had our son in a baseball league locally on Long Island, and that was one of the bats that he would use. And I just thought it was a perfect prop because, you know, I'm talking about really slaying the devil and beating him down, you know, and just doing what I got to do. So, and plus, you know, New Yorkers know about the bat. Like, it goes way back on the East Coast. Like, back in the day in the 90s, they'd have that bat. Like, we are hard. Don't mess with us.
You know, the two groups that I would say had, like, bats and, like, you know, I guess axe handles and videos would be like Wu-Tang Clan and Naughty by Nature.
Yeah, Naughty by Nature.
Naughty by Nature was notorious for having bats in the video. Like a trench.
I remember that. Yeah. That was it.
I think it took me back to Warriors come out to play.
Oh yeah, huh? Okay. All right. So, Sirius, as a Christian hip hop artist, you're making a transition into film, or, I mean, what is the goal? What is the plan for that? In today's market, do we have to have our foot in music and our foot in film or something else? You know what I'm saying? Or,
well, I feel like, you know, the whole Christian hip hop genre is so jam-packed. You know, it's really hard for your message to come forward. You know, like you've gotta know the right people, be a part of the right group. You know, have the right amount of money, and even so, they've gotta like you. You know what I'm saying? In order to really put you on. But God doesn't operate in that kind of partiality.
Amen.
And so the way He's been steering me is through film, and I have to encourage other people that we have to stop just operating in this little box. You know, just because you can rap and just because you can sing doesn't just mean that all you can do is create a CD. You can do far more with that CD. I look at Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah was a dope rapper and still is the queen. You know what I'm saying? But she said, you know what? I need to be able to diversify and make a certain type of living.
Yes.
And in order for you to be an artist, these days people are not buying CDs.
Yep.
They're not really buying merch. So you have to
Yep.
find different ways to get the message out. But also you need to be able to financially sustain yourself
Yes.
and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And so the film industry is another way to sustain yourself,
Yes.
if you really think about it, because we're you know, people are streaming, and how you need like I probably need like 50 million streams on Spotify off of one song
Come on.
in order to
Get
pay a
$20.
mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like you have to. They want you to become a slave to the streaming industry in order to pay your bills, and that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane when you
Yeah.
look at the amount of money that you pump into producing that one
song. It could be easily 1,000.
Yeah.
Easily $1,000 you can put into
And
it.
then not to mention the amount of money you spend on marketing promotions, you know, the copywriting, all that stuff. So you really have to get outside of this industry and really diversify yourself. You know, learn a thing or two about, you know, a casting call, about the movie industry,
Oh,
you know,
snap.
making an appearance.
Nice.
There's a lot of us that's now really venturing into it. I believe that Flame, everybody knows Flame.
Yeah.
I believe he appeared in a couple of reality shows. I think there was a house remodeling show that he was in some time ago.
Nice.
But,
HGTV.
yeah, HGTV. But a lot of us, and even Lecrae was in a couple of movies recently.
Already, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember the name of the movie right now, but it actually hit mainstream theaters and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
have to diversify in order to
I love
really maintain.
I've heard that movie money is a little bit bigger than music money.
Well, yeah. I think any kind of money is a little bit bigger than
And
Yeah.
if you notice the trend, the film industry is merging and coupling with sports,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
coupling with
Artists, music.
you know, different type of hip hop. You know,
Yes.
you're seeing more documentaries on TV than actual shows.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
especially on like say like HBO or Showtime. You're seeing more. Even on ESPN. ESPN has adopted the documentary practice. 30 for 30, for example. Oh, look what happened to Deion Sanders. This happened in high school. This happened in college on the field, and then they touch on the personal side, suicide, drugs,
Wow.
this.
Okay,
So
okay,
so
so-
that's the trend. So CHH has to learn and watch the trends and then make the appropriate adjustments because that's what's happening.
snap.
Yeah, we're
That's
you know
dope.
Gotta take it to the next
we
level.
have
That's
to
dope.
elevate our thinking, because a lot of people, they're getting mad over a song getting played. Like bruh, you need to move away from that. It's like, oh, I sent this to DJ and he didn't want to play my song. Do you see what I'm saying?
It was so
like,
far-fetched,
you're not
yeah.
getting paid off of that. How is that subsidizing your tours? How is that keeping your
Come
bills
on.
paid, the lights on? It is not. We have to elevate our thinking. It might mean going back to school, taking a couple of online courses. Do what you
on.
have to do, because, you know, God, again, I said, you know, God has given us the ability to gain wealth. But if we sit on our behinds and we do nothing, we're not going to gain it. Everything,
Yes.
we have access to everything now.
Yeah.
The internet has taken out the middleman.
Yes.
You have access to it.
Level
you
the playing field.
You could tweet T.I. and be like, yo, T.I., I got a dope song with the SoundCloud link. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So,
just mentioned
Man.
that. I just mentioned that the internet, we got stars everywhere now.
Yeah.
Everybody's celebrity on
Somebody was so
social media.
excited the other day because Oprah started like corresponding with them on social media.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here like, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Back in the day when there was no social media, you had to go through the agency, you had to go through
Yeah.
this one, jump through the hoops to get to now.
You can go directly to it.
Now the celebrities come directly to you if they feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even well, I don't want to bring up a sore topic. I'm not trying to get controversial, but even the president uses Twitter.
well,
But
yeah.
okay, I'm waiting for all the.
Yeah, duh.
waiting for all the.
No, but he's right.
I'm just saying, you know, our highest office is using social
Right.
media. You know.
Right, yeah.
So okay, all right, that's sweet. Well,
I want to ask the question to the Mr. C concerning support. How is it to have someone, a beautiful wife, an artist that is out there doing her thing, and you support her? You also her hype man. You're her support system. How is that?
Well, here's the thing. Like, we got married in 2006, and basically she had some business ideas or ventures, but they didn't pan out, and she didn't feel led by God to follow the road with those ideas. But ultimately, Serious People Music was basically founded in 2010. And one of the reasons why we decided to go the label route is because I looked at myself and I'm like, I think I'm a pretty decent rapper, but I saw something in her, and I believe through the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I can do okay, and we can both be doing music, but it's gonna damage any chance of any one of us going far. I said, I'm gonna step back from the rap aspiration. And I said, I'm going to pour all my knowledge, what I think you should know, in you. Because there's a lot of mistakes I made. Okay. There's a lot of things I didn't know in the past. And we're going to learn together things we both don't know. And I'm going to pour into you
amazing.
Performance tips to basically enhance and enrich your stage, your stage shows and your sets. And that's where the real beginnings of our conversations began as a label. And now you see the evidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's awesome.
You see I'm not going to go into all the steps.
Yeah.
But you see the evidence, almost coming up to 10 years later.
There's some men, that's awesome that you said that, because there's some men that won't even do that.
No,
they will not step back and allow their wife to go forward. That's amazing to me. I admire you guys for that.
Well, praise the Lord. So what I did was, over the years, I'm like, you know what? Well, because she would say sometimes, I need help. And so I say, okay, I'm going to do, and over the years, with the station and the label, I said, okay, I'm going to learn video editing. So at times, with certain things, I did video editing in the background. People don't know this.
That's right.
Well, I need help. Back in the day, when the Yes Hour, she was the brains behind it, when we started radio, I would do the behind-the-scenes stuff. And then eventually, I began to learn radio, editing of audio.
Okay.
So I learned things to enhance and add to our organization to support her.
That's so awesome.
And then after a while, it began to help me in what I was doing with radio and different things. And so it's a whole operation. It's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
But the talents downloaded in us through the Holy Spirit, and of course learning from people that God put in our path.
Awesome.
I think it's important. I believe in this room we probably have some experience in ministry, some background. I believe all of us, and I think it's important I think it's awesome that you guys are a married couple. I consider you guys a power couple.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's good to have someone who can complement the call that God has on your life. You know what I mean? If you're dragging someone spiritually, you know what I mean, in a marriage, that can hinder you, or if you're, there's a struggle there, if you guys can't, at the end of the day, go over some scriptures and pray together and say, hey, this and that and the other, then, like you said, she's helping you. She's the brains behind the radio, but at the same time, you're teaching her tips on being an artist. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are contributing to each other. You know what I mean? So what can you say to any couple out there, either married couple or a couple that are considering marriage? What kind of advice could you give them when they both inspire to do big things in the kingdom?
I would say, as a man, we have to understand that the Bible says that man is the head of the house and Christ is the head of the church.
Amen.
So understanding that you show love, compassion, you have to be open to learning. And you also have to exhibit as much patience as you can in order for the relationship to work. I was talking to my brother-in-law this morning, and we were joking because she loves, flavored lattes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen, I can't do nothing without my coffee.
She was complaining about certain spots not having
oh
their coffee.
My gosh.
But we're not gonna get into everything. So we went to the this establishment, and it was a gas station. And we saw the machine that said French vanilla, and he said, you better taste it first. So I put a little bit in. I said, she gonna like this. And then we started talking about relationships. And I said, the key to a good marriage and a good relationship is you have to put yourself on the back burner and put the other person first. It's the only way it's gonna work. You have to basically say, okay, you know what? You have to go the extra mile. So because he was joking, he said, she's gonna tell you now, go out and get that coffee. But I'm like, but that's what a real relationship is all about.
Amen.
You put yourself on the line even sometimes if you don't want to go down the street or go to the supermarket, you know, I'm talking about the men.
Sacrifice.
Men, you know, today's men. I'm talking to today's men. You have to basically put away that caveman mentality.
Yes.
Put it away. And you contribute. Don't sit on the stop sitting on the couch with the remote in your hand thinking that your wife has to do everything. This is why Christian marriages end in divorce.
You better preach.
Come on.
Stop sitting down and letting your wife do everything.
He preaching now.
Stop it, because that's not going to work. Oh, well, she got to cook and do everything. She got to go shopping. She got to take care of the baby. No.
Amen.
You both walk down the aisle. And that's another thing. When I counseled couples when I married them, it's no such thing as the woman's day. I know the women ain't going to like this. There is no woman's day in a marriage. It's your day. It's the bride's day and the groom's day.
Amen.
These are the things we have to eliminate mentally in order for our marriages to work in the kingdom. Otherwise,
Amen.
we're going to keep saying 50% of Christian marriages end in divorce. Why? Because of our selfish behavior. It has to die. It's the only way it's going to work.
Amen.
That's my advice.
All right, let's hear
my perspective is this. You know, going into our marriage, I noticed certain strengths that my husband had. We're two strong-headed people. But I noticed a lot of his strengths, and I also noticed his weaknesses. So you have to take the time to understand what areas your partner has, you know. And where the weak areas come, you say, you know what? He's weak in this. Let me work on this area so that as a couple, we can be strong in it. Amen. As opposed to, you know, oftentimes women, when they see that, you know, their man can't wash the dishes properly or he can't cook the rice right, it's always too soft. They, I don't want you in my kitchen because, you know, you're not doing it right. We can't approach it with that attitude because then he'll never want to do it.
Yes.
So we have to understand and you have to be compassionate. And also, I believe that if we operate in humility, like he said, we got to put away the cave mentality. Operating in humility will get you further than, you know, constantly complaining and bickering. And oftentimes, Christian marriages, they end because, hey, I'm better than you. I know more than you. I got 5 degrees. I'm getting paid more than you. So you're going to listen to me.
Yeah.
You know, and then the marriage ends.
Yeah.
So we have to humble ourselves.
That's sad. And I just want to put this on top of what you guys said. Keep Christ in the center, right? Because Paul says for the woman to show respect to the man and for the man to love his wife as Christ loved the church. You know what I mean? And if we can practice that, you know what I mean? There's nothing worse than being in a relationship as a man feeling like you're disrespected. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, the woman saying, get out my kitchen, or you can't do this, you can't. Yeah, we're going to be vulnerable. We're going to show our vulnerabilities to you, but don't throw those in our face. You know, help us get strong. You know what I mean? And also for the woman, she wants that love, that security, that protection and all that, you know. And men nowadays, they don't want to go to work. You know, they don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. You know, especially, and I'm speaking to the black community, you know what I mean? We need to stand up and we need to take charge of our home. You know, hey, I'm the spiritual head here. We're going to go to church. We're going to do this. You know what I mean? Don't let your wife drag you to church. You go to church, you know? And I love what you said earlier. Prepare yourself. I was going to say this because you were talking about being a choir director and you get excited about your songs. Yeah. I believe it's in the book of Acts where it says that the apostles ministered to the Lord. See, people don't really understand that. It's like, yeah, we minister to each other. Yeah. A pastor might minister to his congregation, but we got to take time out to minister to the Lord too. You know what I mean? Get one-on-one with him. So, man, I tell you what, I love it. I love it, man. I love what you guys are doing. I think you guys have an awesome thing. I see you, Miss Goldie. I ain't gonna leave you out. I think you guys see an awesome dynamic working together as man and wife. In this, I think you guys complement this genre. Yes. You know what I mean? I believe if people are sleeping on you, they better wake up, because I think you guys are about to bust this ceiling. Wow. I can tell God is going to take you guys far, and we'll get some closing comments from Miss Goldie.
Well, we'll see her in the movies for sure. I would like to ask you, first of all, you guys, to me, is a power couple. You guys are doing things together. I would like to ask you, how does it feel to have that support system from your husband? Because there's women out there in ministry or industry that wants to go further, but they have somebody, their man or their husband, that don't believe in them, or that's holding them back, or putting them on the back burner, like you said, because they want to be in the front. How does it feel to have your husband to just be there for you? And is it difficult sometimes? Do you guys get into it sometime about certain things? How did that work?
It feels really good, first of all, and I think it goes back to my relationship with Christ, and just not accepting every guy that approached me, you know, because I knew that I wanted to be, I'm a woman of God, and I wanted to be linked up and connected for life with a real man of God, you know, someone that had the heart of God. And I think that my husband was in the same place because he had, you know, he had been through a few things, you know, with past relationships. And one of the prayers that he said to God consistently was, let the next woman that I'm with, you know, be a woman of God who puts you before me.
Yes.
And so when he met me, he was like, wow, she goes to church, she does this, oh yeah, this is a woman of God. And so I think a lot of times Christian women, we don't want to wait on that man that God has prepared for us or is preparing. And we jump to the first handsome guy with the big biceps and triceps, and he got all this stuff going on and a nice ride. And we just get taken away by all the peripherals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't really look at the heart of the man. And then Sunday morning you wake up and you're excited to go to church because you're a woman of God. But the man is like, no. Could you turn the light off? You know what I'm saying?
I'm watching the game today.
And this happen. I've seen this happen to people that I know close to me. And it happens over and over. But the question is, did you truly wait for God?
Come on.
Was this really the person that God wanted for you? So now you're going to complain you don't want to go to church. Or she doesn't want to go to church. So I thank God that my husband is a real man of God. And sometimes when I'm tired and I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can make it. He's like, listen, we got to go. You know what I'm saying? So even when I'm weak, he's like, we going to church today. Amen. You know, you might be sick, but we going to church. You know, and I love that. And I thank God for that. And it does go back to waiting on him and being patient.
Amen. Thank you so much.
That's beautiful. Okay, share your social media, your contact information, booking information. Share your radio show and your radio station, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Oh, and give me a drop for His How Radio. You know
all right, praise God. You can reach me on my website, soserious.net. That's SOSERIOUS.net. Booking, everything is there. Music. My social media, Twitter is Serious_Voice_NY. My Instagram, Snapchat is SeriousVoiceNY, all one word. And so there it is, soserious.net. And this is your girl, Serious Voice from the NYC, and you're listening to His Hop Radio with my boy Sam, His Hop. Keep it locked.
Dope. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I was getting excited. Okay. All right. Oh, did you? I saw some hand signals going on over there. Okay, all right, brother.
Yes. Yes, Our Radio, the positive voice of New York, is a station that was co-founded by myself and Serious Voice. You can reach the station at www.theyeshour.com. The Twitter profile is theyeshour, THEYESHOUR. Facebook.com/The Yes Hour. My show is one of the shows on the station. It's also actually a syndicated show as well. It's called Live with Mr. C. Right now, currently, the slot on Yes Hour Radio is Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be 5 Pacific. And I get into it, man. I give you that mix show now. It's been a mix show for the last few months. Bring you the best in urban gospel music, CHH, rhythm and praise. And man, we get into current events also. Basically, exaltation of the word. It is a fabulous, fabulous thing. And you are checking out His Hop Radio. This is your boy, Mr. C. Keep it locked.
Come on. I love it, y'all. Thank you, man. It was a pleasure having you guys in studio with us. But I'm going to go ahead and close it out I know y'all probably got some more mountains y'all want to go climb before. When do you guys actually go back to the NYC?
Sunday night.
Tomorrow night,
Yeah.
Okay, right after the filming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A few hours after.
All right. Well, this is your boy coming at you from the headquarters, Club His Hop, Las Vegas. We are sitting in our new location for His Hop Radio. We want y'all to keep it locked. Make sure you tune in. Download the app and tune in 24/7. The His Hop Radio app is now becoming more like a network of radio stations, a network of ministries. We are creating a directory, so you'll be able to look up an artist, book an artist, look up a DJ, look up different information concerning our genre. So make sure you get in touch with us if you want to get listed in that directory. And I'm going to say, like I always say at the end of our show, it's not about us. It's all about the Christ is in us. Peace, and we shall see you next time. God bless. I had to get that one more cough right before.